Okay, so before we get started, I need to address the obvious issue that is my mic quality. So for like the past year or so, give or take, I've been borrowing a microphone from someone, and recently I've unfortunately had to return it. So yeah, I don't have my good mic, but thankfully I was recently gifted this mic, which is same company and everything, so it should be just as good, right? Well, from what I know, it did work just as good. Um, but for some reason, when I first planned to record this video about a few days ago, this mic decided that it no longer wanted to work and just died. To be fair, it's pretty old. It's a hand-me-down. I wasn't expecting it to last, but man, I expected it to last longer than a few weeks. And now I have no other mic left to use except my terrible webcam mic because, well, I really do need to get this video done in time, so I don't have time to care about vanity. This video needs to happen, so let's just wrap this intro up and get to the actual video, okay? Greetings and salutations. My name is Sam, host of the Samulation, and whew, what a year, am I right? I originally planned to only do like yearly update videos like every January 1st, but let's just say I got thrown so many curveballs these past few months that like I can't not say anything about like what's going on and how it's about to affect both my life and my online world. And of course, we might as well get the obvious and biggest curveball out of the way now. I am moving. In case you couldn't tell by the fact that my entire world is in cardboard boxes and my walls are barren, and the fact that I already mentioned it several times in TikTok stories and on the update video that we posted to Jay's channel a few weeks ago. However, this move is one of few things that are going to have like major effects on my life coming soon, both personally and online. And since this move is happening at the end of the month, I decided that it was important to bring anyone who may be watching this video into the loop, just so you guys are aware of the changes that are about to be coming up. So first, let's talk about the move. Okay, so towards the end of June, around the last week, give or take, I will be moving out of my home state. The core reasoning behind this move is mostly wrapped up in like personal family stuff, but the basics of what need to be said or known or whatever is that me and my dad will finally be leaving the hellhole that is Florida to further both of our lives for the better. Now, I will admit that there are definitely a few things that I'll miss about where I live now. As I mentioned, it's my home state. I was born here. I'm used to it. I like a bunch of stuff from it. However, I am optimistically focused on the amount of pros that are coming my way whenever I move, as opposed to the very few cons that I'm going to get leaving my home area. Although, even with that said, I do want to point out that I'm not blindly jumping into this future with, like, rose-tinted glasses. This isn't a scenario where I'm like, oh, it's different. That means it has to be exclusively good. I know it's not that. I'm entering a new life. I'm entering a new home, a new environment. One with many perks, yes, but ultimately also one that will come with its own new problems. Like, for just example, random example, not tied to anything that's currently happening right now, I won't be dealing with being in Florida during a 95-degree average summer with all of the ACs in my house randomly just deciding to break right now as I'm trying to film this. Also, hypothetically, if that were happening, I wish that the fan would make the audio quality of this video far worse, because it means I am enduring this hypothetical heat pain without fans on, because I need to get this video done. Hypothetically. But I will be dealing with, like, new struggles, like snow. I don't know how to snow yet. However, that's the basics of everything related to the move. So I'm just gonna skip through all of the, like, new experience mumbo jumbo and, you know, talk about the stuff that you guys would care about, the content creation stuff. So let's get to that. So to make this go by quicker, I'm gonna go in order of, like, the quickest and easiest thing to explain. Like, I'm gonna start there and then end on, like, the longer things. Basically start off by, like, speed running through, like, everything related to, like, my TikTok accounts. And then after that, I'm gonna do, like, stuff related to the J-Vibe channel. And then finally, we can talk about the future of this channel, the Samulation on YouTube. Got it? Alright. So, first, quickest, easiest thing, Southwest Florida Ghost Corps on TikTok. For those out of loop, there are Ghostbusters cosplayers just all around the world who do, like, charity events and conventions and parties and all that kind of stuff. And I have recently been given, like, the official access as the TikTok manager for the Southwest Florida division. At least that was the case until pretty much about, like, a week or two after getting that, like, official access. Curveballs was starting to get thrown at me and sent my life down a whole new direction that I could have never predicted or planned for, meaning I won't be living in Southwest Florida anymore. However, this is not the end of my Ghostbusters journey. I will be at least trying to join the, like, new local division of where I'm moving to, so I'm still going to be doing this. Being a part of, like, these Ghostbusters groups is, like, one of the biggest passions of my life since I joined, and I never want to stop being a Ghostbuster. So yeah, whenever I move, I'm going to try and get in contact with the Ghostbusters of that area and be like, hey, please, 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 please. And hey, with what you might be able to call my past experience being a social media manager for a division of a Ghostbusters group, you know, maybe I'll be able to convince these guys to let me run their TikTok page. Now then, speaking of group projects, CADA. What is that? Also known as Cosplayers Unite Against Discrimination and Hate, CADA is a group project that I've been organizing for a while to, like, help raise awareness and combat against the very screwed up issues that have been going on within the cosplay community lately. And I'm not gonna say that these are new issues. They've been plaguing not even just the cosplay community, but all communities since basically forever. But right now, the cosplay community has just been louder than usual when it comes to its discrimination. And I'm not just talking about, like, your basic hate comments of, like, oh, cosplay is cringe. No, I'm talking about, like, genuine, like, racism and queerphobia and ableism and misogyny and objectifying and, oh, so many more awful issues. I plan to share more information about, like, all these issues and the group project and what we're going to do about it in its own dedicated video. But the basics of what I need to say here is that we were supposed to get started in March, but, well, curveballs, of which you are probably all too familiar with by now, have forced me to delay it. It was supposed to happen March, and then it got delayed till May, and then curveballs happened, and it got delayed until June, and, well, you know why June's unavailable now? I can't exactly manage, like, any of my projects while I'm moving. I need to first make sure I, you know, have a house before I can focus on anything, basically. But to those who have already, like, joined CADA since I first started talking about it in, like, last November, let me just say that I am sorry for the delays, and I'm very thankful for all of your patience. Together, I am very excited to make the cosplay community hopefully feel safe again. So everybody who's already with me, remember always that cosplay is an art form of expression for everyone, and everyone means everyone. So yeah, hopefully things get cleared up soon enough that I can like get back to running and organizing Kata, because it is genuinely a very important thing to me. With that said, I'm going on another side tangent, so let's just move on to the big kid on the block, me. Samulation. When it comes to me on TikTok, thankfully you might not even notice the fact that I am dealing with a move that's going to make me unable to do basically anything for like a month, probably longer. Because if you don't already know, I pre-record everything that I post on TikTok. Like I bulk up on drafts, so that way I can release 3 cosplay videos daily consistently. So, you know, hopefully if I, you know, spend my time right and record enough videos, there should be consistent content going even through the move, and the only way you'll even really be able to notice that the move happens is like, oh, look, the background changed, or like I'll make like an update video out of cosplay talking about it. However, in the case that I do not have enough drafts to last between like when I move and when I get set up in the new house, I won't complain about taking a small break from TikTok. I might need that. Thankfully, it's not as huge of a deal as I felt it was when I tried making this video the first time around, since at that time, I was questioning whether or not I even wanted to continue using TikTok as a platform, because it just keeps changing, and sooner or later I worry that it just won't be the same app anymore. However, I have since changed my views on this for a few reasons, including like the fact that like I just really like TikTok, be it just like the recording or the editing software that's built in, or just the ability to like easily like just send videos to my friends through DMs. I really like the platform of TikTok, and even though the cons seem to outweigh the pros most of the time, I don't know. It still feels not ruined just yet. It's getting there. Boy, is it getting there. But TikTok seems manageable. Another big contributor to getting me to stick around is my community. The comments that I get from my followers really make every con that comes with the platform just so much more worth it than I can express with words. You guys are like verbally the most beautiful people, and I would not give up reading your comments for the world, which I know the world isn't like that much of a good bargaining chip anymore, because, you know, the planet's been pretty uncomfortable to be a part of lately, but you understand what I mean. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but not all, but most, I'd say like a good like 98% of the comments that I get on TikTok, I screenshot and I have saved in a folder, because like I'm serious when I say like it's the light of my life. Everything from as small as like people sending me just like heart emojis to I had someone once say that I was like an inspiration and their idol as a cosplayer, and I just I love that so much in ways that I can't express, because like it's not like a thing where like I'm sitting here like feeling my own ego bubble up of like, yeah, you guys love me. It's like a thing of like I also have idols in the cosplay community, and seeing me be put in a similar position to them, it's really a feeling. Anyway, yeah, that's as much as I want to say on that topic, so let's finally move on to YouTube stuff, starting with J-Vibes. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. For those unaware, I am the channel manager, content producer, editor, and co-host of my brother's channel at J-Vibes Music. However, due to me moving, we are unfortunately temporarily being separated. And because of that, everything that I provide to the J-Vibes channel is gonna be heavily reduced, if not completely shutting down for a while. One major thing is that most of Jay's content is filmed on my computer, which obviously I'm taking with me. Of course, I'll still help with what I can from a distance, but it's gonna be like a lot harder without us being in the same room. Like like if he can like send me videos, I can still probably get those edited and uploaded. Or if he ever needs like advice on something, like I'm always here for him to contact me. But like basically what I'm saying is like since the creation of the channel, I have been contributing to about like 80% of the work that goes into the channel being a thing. And that is about to go to from me being like 80% of things to more around like 10% of it. J Vibes is J Vibes. And I'm mostly just gonna be a fellow creator who helps around occasionally and hopefully does like a remote collab if possible. Like if we can find like a cool game that like we can both play, because he's planning on getting his own PC. So if we can find like a game that we can both play and do videos on, that'd be cool. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the bulk of that. So finally, my channel, or at least finally in the YouTube thing. I got like one more thing right after this, but finally my channel. This channel, the Samulation, as it's commonly referred to, because that's what it happens to be called. First, going towards like the end of the year, so probably starting like January, I plan to not spam y'all with TikTok compilations. I imagine like there being an average of like 3 to 5 per year. However, even with this like little content cheat out of the way, I still want to keep the consistency of there being about like at least one video a month. Probably not only one a month, but like definitely at least one a month. My plan for this year's content was going to be that there would be like one cosplay compilation a month, which I had all edited by January and then all scheduled. So that was already ready for me, so that way I at least got that one video a month quota. But I wanted to at least do one more video every month. That would have been like a Minecraft video or a video essay or literally anything other than just 2 TikTok compilations. But clearly this year has not made it easy to do that. So next up, I have so many plans and ideas for future content. And I'm sticking with the fact that I do not want like a single theme of my channel. Like how some people are like exclusively like I'm a gaming channel or like I'm a reaction channel or I'm a tier list channel or something like that. That's not really what I am. That's not who I am. I don't do that. But like I have so many cool content ideas, including but not limited to like cosplay skits and video essays and tabletop roleplay related stuff, convention stuff, maybe the occasional Minecraft playthrough, story times, short films, and series, and more. I have a brain full of idea. But yeah, clearly I have a lot of ideas that I'm like extremely excited to share with you, but unfortunately, they're gonna have to wait until I can actually, make them, because, I gotta, make something before I can share it with you. I have such big dreams for the future. Give me a propeller hat and a little lollipop, because I'm just excited. Obviously, this isn't like my full life plan. This is just like the stuff that's relevant to bring up here. This isn't my entire where I'm going in life, because like for example, I have like a real person job lined up for when I move, and I have like my family and my friends, and I have plans that I don't really need to explain here. I've got a whole life off camera to live. So obviously you guys aren't seeing the full picture. However, that said, I do want to share a little glimpse into my personal future outside of content and YouTube and TikTok, and even if it's just me saying it for myself, I want it said. First, me and J Vibes will not stay separated forever. Of course, he's got a few personal life plans of his own, but our primary goal is for both of us to, like, get a place where we can be roommates, and that would make it so much easier to work and make content together. This has been a plan for years. Even before he started doing content, we wanted to be roommates, because, like, just the concept of the two of us living together has just been exciting, because, like, we're brothers. And the easiest way that I can explain it is I saw, like, a TikTok forever ago that was basically a joke on, like, you ever ADHD so hard that you get an autism best friend and the two of you form, like, one complete functional human being? That's kind of how we are. I am very autistic. This is not a question. He is very ADHD. Not a question either. The two of us just kind of operate as, like, a person, because, like, he is a very trusting and emotional person, and I am a very not trusting logical person, so two of us form, like, a left brain, right brain thing. So, yeah, this is a plan that we've had for years, is what I'm trying to say, even before he started his channel, so even before it was, like, about the content, and thankfully this plan has not died at the hands of my big life changes. However, now that it is a factor, we're probably going to get a lot more fun content going whenever we do this, such as, like, vlogs and gaming together, and probably more ideas that we'll come up with. But for now, we've got to get our grown-up futures set up before we can start working on, you know, what we actually want. And if all goes well, this shouldn't take too long. I hope. As for my friends and family, they're pretty much going to be exclusively only really contactable online instead of in person for a while, which, you know, for most of the people in my life, that's actually not new, but it's still a big change, and I don't want to pretend that it won't affect me. Most of my friends are either online friends or friends that were in person and have since moved themselves, becoming online friends. Pretty much the only people that are still, like, in my area that I am in contact with is, like 2 or 3 friends, my cousin, my brother Jay, and my mom, and, like, a few other family members, and that's not counting my dad because we're moving together. I'm not really huge on, like, having a large social circle, but in spite of that, I am a social person, and I love being around the people that I care about, so it's not going to be easy taking it from, like, only being able to be around, like, 5 or 6 of the people that I am in contact with and care about, and instead only being around, like, 1. I'm not going to say anything else on that note, because, not because it's something that, like, I feel needs to be kept private, but it's something that I want to keep private in the sense of, like, just cause I just like the idea of keeping it to myself, at least for now. We'll see how the future goes. Maybe eventually it'll become, like, a more out there thing, but I guess thank you everybody so much for sticking around and, you know, listening to me yap about something that means a lot more to me than I really know how to express with words. So until we meet again, so long and a bye-bye now.